evening, all. There's a few sat here waiting to come in. What's that all about? I didn't know I was that bloody popular. Anyway, good evening, Real Honest Ghost, Black Queen, Paralytic Zone. Paul 46, Kelsey Love, hi. Bibby. Seems we were only talking 10 minutes ago, Bibby. People will be talking about me and you, I'm sure. I might have to turn my telly off because it keeps coming on in the background. There we go. That's got rid of that. Anyway, good evening, all. Nice to see you. Nice. Hope the stream's okay. I've opened up the chat, I think, correctly. So I was just trying to wheedle out some dickheads, as they say. You know, the rat boys of this world. But there you go. And I don't have to worry later about going through the bloody thing, seeing who's nicking stuff. I still hope everybody's had a good weekend. I've had a decent weekend. Be even better next Sunday when I go and see the boy before his big day in court on the 16th. So, yeah, it's all right, baby, mate. I don't know if I said good evening, Paul 46, but good evening. Anyway, you'll know that I don't have a lot to say tonight because I said it all on the update on Friday. As I said on Friday, Levi's in court on the 16th for sentencing. And we're just waiting for the police to finish downloading his stuff off his phone. But, that could take them forever, couldn't it? They're not the quickest off the block. You might think they are, but they're not. Who's Colin then? Says, hi, Colin. Who's Colin? Because I can't see Colin unless he's one of the others with a different name, if that makes sense. All right, okay. You see, you get to know names, I don't. The only name I know is Tom, Dick and Harry, or Tom, Dom, Ron and John. Don't know what it is. I've got something wrong with my feedback on my earpiece. It seems to be rattling me bloody ears. Yeah, the police don't rush knack all, do they? But I suppose it's not really in their interest to rush it, because if they start rushing stuff and getting things done, the boys up in Parliament will be saying to them, "Oh, well, you're getting all this done. You don't need extra people or money or whatever." So it's the old crap, really. Bibby, yes, the next date, a week tomorrow. I think it's a week tomorrow, 8th, 9th. Yeah, a week tomorrow is the sentencing. That's what he was told in court on Friday, because he had instructed his mouthpiece to ask the court to sentence him on the day, last Friday. Because, as I presume everybody knows, he pleaded guilty for, his what he's done wrong. And pleading guilty, well, what bloody evidence do you need? Quite honestly, if you've pleaded guilty. So it should be just sentencing. But that was the way he thought, and his mouthpiece told the judge that, and the judge had said in court that he was ready to to sentence him on Friday. However, the police prosecution person said that on Friday, said to the court, well, we'll be downloading his iPhone data on Saturday. So we can give you an update midweek next week and see how it goes. So the judge had said to Levi, do you want to go ahead or do you want to really wait for another week or so, 10 days anyway? And the mouthpiece went to the back to talk to him in private, but everybody in the court could hear it because he was having to shout through the glass. But you heard him say, you should really wait for the 10 days because you're adamant that there's nothing on your phone that'll incriminate you. So it's going to be in your own interest. So he said, yeah, I'll wait the 10 days. So the judge says, right, we'll come back on Monday and we'll have the sentencing then. So there you go. That's Monday's he's back in front of the beak and he'll be back in court. He'll appear in court again, just like he did last Friday. He looked quite well, sat in that little, well, he wanted it. It was the whole back end of the bloody court behind glass. But he looked well. He had a smile on his face. He waved across to me, Kels and his brother. So hopefully we'll get it out the way, find out what his sentence is. He'll get sent to wherever he's going and we'll get on with life and plan for the future, knowing what date he's going to be released. So there you go. That's all I can tell you. Can't tell you anymore because I don't know anymore. I could make lots up. I could lie like I'm not going to say that because it's a bit racist. Yeah, I'm not going to say it. Anyway, we all have our fingers and legs and God knows what crossed for the outcome. But like I've said in lots and lots of lives on a Sunday night, that I've just got in my head the worst case scenario, and whatever he gets, it's not going to be any worse than I thought he was going to get. It can only be better. So it's a bit like the old war thing, keep calm and carry on. And that's what I'm doing, keeping calm, and I'm carrying on. And I'll be carrying on a Sunday night and updates and God knows what until the boy's released. And then I shall bow out, make an exit and say, night-night, cheerio, chin-chin. And and there you go. What can I say? Hiya, Lewis. All right, son. Yeah, I can't say anything. Just getting on with my life, just doing my own thing. Well, I'm doing more than my own thing. Well, I'm not doing anybody else's thing, but I'm doing more than my own thing, if no one's saying. I don't know. Noxie, what's Noxie said? Kelsey knows my thoughts from day one, and I stick by it. Okay. So are you going to tell us? Are you going to tell us, Noxie, what your thoughts are? Seeing as it was from day one, you've heard my thoughts, and quite honestly, because you don't all know me, you don't know what my thoughts are, and I can tell you what, you wouldn't want to, because they're a little bit risque. Risque, that's a big word, isn't it? Wow, I'm impressed with that one. I don't know where I'm coming with all these big words. I think it's because of the Paralympics. I picked up a load of French from the Paralympics. I love it. I love it. I love all this French shit. I think it's great. French shit. I don't think I should have said that. But yeah. So, anyone want to know anything? Because, if you put in a comment that you want to know something, I'll tell you. And and if I can't tell you, I'll just make it up. I'll make it sound good though, as though I'm telling the truth. But yeah, mind wandered there. Sorry. Apparently, Bibi can speak French. Well, that's nice for him. I can't imagine it would come in any use, really, unless we decide to go to war and shoot the bastard, whatever. Love the French. Love them. Paralytics zone. Any more meets with Bobby on the cards? When you say meets, I presume you mean in person, because we meet every Monday night at 7:00. But I don't have any plans to meet in person, unless, of course, there's something comes up that I have to go across to the West Riding for some reason. And another one of my family croaks it, and I have to go. Well, I don't have to go, do I? There's not many of them left now, so we're few and far between. French are twats, apparently, according to Bibi. That's not in French, is it? I wonder what the French for French are twats are. Yeah, paralytic zone. I'm not going to meet him in person, unless, of course, he comes over to see me. But like I say, we meet up every Monday night. We have a quick chat. He lets me rabbit on for an hour, and that's about it. So, what else can I say? What else can we talk about? I don't know if anybody watched the football on Saturday. Watch us beat the Irish, but I quite enjoyed that. Playing again on Tuesday, apparently, at Wembley. Right. There you go. Is that so? You're telling me that means French are twats? There's a lot of words there for French. Les Français. Well, that's French, isn't it? So I presume twat is connard. There's a joke there. I know a joke with that kind of thing in. Well, Knaresborough. It's a cracking little town, is Knaresborough. I like it. I used to go to Knaresborough quite a lot back in the day. It's one of the few places I haven't had a pub, because I normally say, "Oh yeah, I've had a pub there," but I haven't. I had one in Harrogate, which is just round the corner from Knaresborough. So yeah, it's a lovely place. It's nice views, nice people, but of course the Yorkshiremen and Yorkshire women, so they're going to be nice. Construction, what they're going to construct in bloody in Knaresborough. I suppose they could be constructing anyway, couldn't they? I love this one. So Paralytic says, Noxie, what do you do? Construction. And Noxie writes back, Colin Mime. Must have pressed go before they put a plasterer. He works for Jimmy Newman. Is that name meant to ring a bell with anybody? Huddersfield. There's another nice place. I like Huddersfield as well. Notice I didn't. Oh yeah, so we've got Bibby talking bloody French now. What? Set him up now. Look. Ecosse. Isn't that something to do with Scotland? Ecosse. I don't know. But there you go. I'm not opening up Google just to have a look at that. Somebody's saying. Somebody will say what it is. He's saying something about Northerners. Well, when you say Northerners, do you mean Scots? I know that Nord is north, and I don't know what Son is, but Ecosse, I thought that was Scotland, but I don't know, really. But if it's something like, you know, all those guys up in... yeah, all those guys up north are good looking. Well, he's got it right, hasn't he? Smooth, suave, sophisticated. That's what we are up north, as opposed to being down south. Hi, Clary. You seem to be really busy, Clary. You want to start start taking some time for yourself. Southerners are French. Well, that's making the French sound good. But we can't have that, can we? Northerners are Scottish. Northerners are Scottish. Yeah, well, Southerners are French. We're getting a bit political now, aren't we? Or maybe not political. Yeah, Clary, all work and little play makes Clary a dull boy. Xenophobic. Is that a thing like one of those things that you bang like a drummy thing in the band? Xenophobic. Oh well, not another North-South war. That's what we just what we need, isn't it? Another North-South war. Well, it'll take our mind off other shit, I suppose. We could storm the House of Commons and hang all those dickheads who were in it. Oh, I hope that's not picked up on. I'll be getting caught and sentenced. Soper talk. Any more soper talk, and Knox is going in the bin. There you go. Sopers have the uses, don't they? I ain't got one, so it's a good use of a soper, I suppose. But yeah, it's a Sunday night. It's getting a bit dark now. Nights are drawing in, aren't they? Yeah, nights are drawing in, getting cooler. I'll soon be sitting here with me with my greatcoat on, trying to keep fucking warm. Oops. Again, Paul, I've started swearing it. I do these type of things when I get angry. Do you want one of these, Paul? What? I don't want a sofa. There's only one of me, and I've got a nice easy chair that's good enough for me. I wouldn't be able to get another sofa. I wouldn't be able to get a sofa in my flat. It's so small. Because I actually did have a sofa, but I passed it on to my brother because he didn't have anything to sit on besides egg boxes. So apparently this we got a new sofa today because our little arsehole puppy ate the last one. They're lovely, but Noxie feels like he can't sit back, and they're good for posture. I tell you what, this little puppy won't be so bloody little. If it's eating a pig in sofa, will it? It'll be as fat as a pig. Yeah. So this airflow thing, are they a good thing to have, or do they work on the heat pump system, or or is it just taking? I don't know. I nearly had a name for one then. I couldn't think of it, but is that what heat pumps do? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Black Queen, that was a bit aggressive, wasn't it? You found a hole in your sofa, so you had a crap in it. What's that all about? Just because your dog made an hole in the sofa, don't mean you have to crap in it. Bella the Boulder. Well, I think all puppies are lovely. I love them to bits. The really bad ones. The way to stop them biting things is just put a bit of lead in their ear, and they'll stop. Won't do it again. Best deterrent ever. So I'm led to believe. But, yeah. I'm starting to laugh at myself. I don't know what am I doing laughing at my bloody self? What's that all about? I think I'm losing the will. Okay, so apparently it draws the air in and heats it up. Supposed to be more economical. I knew somebody would fall for it. I knew somebody would fall for that one. It just needs a little lead in the ear. It's normally from a sawn-off shotgun, but you could just use a handgun. Apparently guns are easy to get hold of nowadays, according to all these young kids on the tubey thing. All starting to get guns and shoot people, and I think those the airflow systems, they used to always have them in big places, big big offices and things like that, and big warehouses. And I just can't imagine how it would work in a house. Whether it would more, I presume it heats the air up with electricity. I presume. Don't really know. I'm not. I'm not up on it really. But anyway, I think we've got past the dogs are being naughty thing. We'll go on to somewhere else, I suppose. Well, all right. So they've made them for domestic dwellings now. I still think it would be a little bit expensive, though. I don't know. I presume they work on electric heating thing, heats up the air, whereas the heat pump thing works on the heat outside, doesn't it? I seem to recall it pulls the heat out of the air. I don't really know. They keep saying all these things about, oh, you should be doing this and you should be doing that, and it's just a way to get people to spend all the money so they've never got any. Then the government can rip them off even more. Noxie, 40-year-old man threatening to bite a 14-year-old's nose off. I don't even know what you're on about, but there you go. I don't feel anything about it really because I don't know nothing about it. So I'm not going to say. Depends if the 14-year-old's holding a fucking gun to his head, doesn't it? I don't know. Yeah, you can't comment really properly on stuff you don't know what it is, what context it's in, or whatever. Do you? I don't know. Well, the looks like it's been saying it needs sorting out, and it's wrong. I certainly wouldn't condone anybody biting anybody's bloody nose off. I've known one or two people who've cut the nose off to spite the pig in face. I've known quite a few of them. All right. Is it somebody from the dark side then that's doing this biting shit? I miss Brid, Clary as well. I might be going through in a couple of weeks. I want to go through to take a photograph of myself on the front. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what to call the thing on the front. The promenade where you walk along the front to admire the beach and shit like that. Well, it's got a little wall. Well, it ain't little, it's fairly big, but it's got a wall along the promenade that you can sit on and gaze out to sea. And I've got a photograph of myself sitting on the wall with my back to the sea, looking at the camera, and I was about 3 years old. And I thought to myself, well, I might just go through on a sunnier day and get the photograph retaken of me sitting in the same spot 70 odd years later, so then and now, so you'd see me as a blonde-haired Viking, and then you'd see me as a grey-haired old miserable bastard. But there you go. Apparently Kelsey's missing me. That's nice, isn't it? I like it when people miss me. I used to say that in Ireland a lot when we were doing all the stuff in Ireland. I'm glad they missed me today. Well, they never got me once, but it's close sometimes. That's another day, isn't it? Another story, and I don't want to upset anybody with being a bit whatever. Noxie, you don't have to apologise, darling. I think it's wrong. I was trying to make fun of it, and I do apologise if I was trying to make fun of it. But it's not a thing to do, quite honestly. It's definitely not a thing to do. So please accept my apologies if I've upset you, because I didn't mean to. I was just trying to, I don't know, be a bit blasé, or not take the piss, but be blasé. You know what I mean? But there you go. But like I said, I can't make comments about things I don't really know about. And if it was on the dark side, one of those people on the dark side, there's no chance of me seeing it because I don't pick and watch any of them. It's no interest to me at all on what they do over there. Gilly, good evening. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. You're half an hour late. Have you got an excuse? You spelled that wrong, Kelsey, though. All right, it's gone. That's okay. You don't have to apologise. You got anything you want to? You got anything you want to talk about, Gilly? If the Stanley Mitchell brothers will sort the nosebiter out. I don't even know who that is, so there you go. Oh, right. Eating a Chinese. That's nice. I like Chinese. It's one of my favourite meals is Chinese. My favourite is Singapore fried rice. I love it. Unfortunately, baby, people don't pay the bribes. I recall a while ago that somebody tried to bribe me for an answer on a quiz, and they wouldn't pay up. So no good trying to bribe me. A doctor's note is fine. Well, they don't call it a sick note, do they? They call it what do they call it now? A fit note. What's that all about? Fit note. Oh, I want to go on sick. Oh, well, here's a fit note. Well, I'm not fucking fit. I'm sick. There you go. It's just the way we are, really. Stanley Mitchell's baldy buggers. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Singapore fried rice. You can't go wrong with Singapore fried rice. It's a meal on its own, quite honestly. But yeah, I mean, the only downfall with eating Chinese meals is, you can stuff yourself full with the Chinese meal, and then 25 minutes later you're picking hungry again. Well, I am. Don't know if everybody is. So Jilly had chicken satay with fried rice and chips. Well, that chips are not bloody Chinese, are they? Unless you meant you had fried rice and ate them with chopsticks. Oh well. So is any Sunday night? Is anybody else on live on a Sunday night that you go across to listen to or? Black Queen, I do try not to make plans really, but I have got a plan for Tuesday because I'm hoping to go up to see my new grandson up there in wherever it is. I've forgotten where they call it now. Up north, anyway. Ashington, that's it. So yeah, hopefully that's on Tuesday. If God's good to me and lets me through the next couple of days, because I'm getting to that age where I wake up in the morning and think, oh yeah, I'm still here. That's all right. We'll carry on. Yeah, there you go, Jilly. She's hungry still, and she only had the Chinese 10 minutes ago. I told you that's one of the drawbacks with a Chinese meal. You're hungry 10 minutes later. Well, I said half an hour, but yeah. Black Queen, thank you. Thank you. He's what I think he's 3 weeks old now. He's my grandson. I can honestly say is that, he takes after his granddad because he's bloody good looking. Oh yeah, chocolate. Wow. I had a bottle of chocolate beer last week. I don't often drink at home, but I was in where was I? I was in somewhere. I was in Morrison's, and you could buy 3 bottles of beer for £7. And I thought, oh, I'll have a look, see what they are. Well, I got a bottle of stout and a pale ale, and then I saw chocolate. I've never had a chocolate beer. It was quite nice, actually. I can't remember who made it, but it was quite nice. Yeah, I've got what have I got? Don't know how many I've got now. I've got 3 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. 3 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. And 1 great grandson. Yeah. You can see what my family do in the spare time, can't you? Well, 2 of my grandsons and one and my granddaughter are all grown up, and the show tonight is for one of my grandsons. Yeah, biscuit tins missing. That's the problem. No biscuit tins on show. But Black Queen, I'm partnership blessed with 2 with the grandson. He's 2 now. BQ, mine is 2 this month. Oh, right, okay, I get that. If you read these comments out of order or out of not matching another, you think, what does that actually mean? And then you realize, if you look a little bit up, you see the answer to what they were. You see an answer to a statement that was made higher in the convo. Anyway, so has anybody in the chat got any plans for the week? Yeah, well, you know the old saying about children. When they get, it's the terrible twos. They get bloody awful at 2, and then they seem to get good, and then about 16 they go off the fucking rails again, and then they come back good again. But terrible twos, yeah, I remember them well. Clary work. Don't know what that one means, but there you go. All right, so that's what you're doing this week, because I did ask the question, what's everybody doing this week? And apparently Clary's going to work. Paralytics is going to be tidying his garden up because he's been pouring drinks all over him, apparently. Knox's work. Yeah, 16. It's a killer of a year, isn't it? 16. All right, Grandad Chegg. What's Levi plead to what? They got him on in jail shite. TMB. He pleaded guilty to having in possession 4K of that white powder shit. And I can't remember exactly how much money, but I think it was 120,014 pence. So he pled guilty because how could you not plead guilty? It was in his pigging bedroom. So he couldn't say, not guilty to my mum's. So he pled guilty. So that's what is, if you plead guilty, I always thought if you pleaded guilty, you don't have to go to a trial. The judge just sits there and says, right, you little shit, you're getting 50 years or whatever they say. But not here. They have to go to court, back, to court, back, to court, and it's like a rubber band. Just keep going in and out of bloody court. Anyway, we'll know next Monday morning or afternoon. We'll know what kind of a sentence he's got. So TMB, I don't recall seeing you in this chat before. So if you're new, nice to see you nice. And if you're new, I presume you do know what our rules. Well, when I say our, there isn't no our, it's mine. What my rules are. So oh, Clary, I nearly opened my gob there and said something wrong, but hope it all goes well. Do you know, Noxie, it's nice to it's nice to I don't know what that word is. Anyway, it's nice to think that, but I can't see it. Yeah, it's TMB. You get 33% discount. Sounds good, doesn't it? 33% discount. So anyway, we'll see on Monday what he gets. Like I've said in plenty of the chats before, I've just resigned myself to the fact he could get between 10 and 12 years. That's what I've resigned myself to the fact. Anything less than that is a bonus for me. Well, it'll be a bonus for him as well. But so I've always looked at it on the dark side. Well, no, dark side's wrong thing, because I don't go on the dark side. But I've always looked at it, on worst case scenario, 10 to 12, and anything less is a bonus. Because I mean, if he got 12 years, nearly 4 years of it will be taken off because he's already he pleaded guilty. So that's 8, isn't it? You only do 50% of your time. That's 4. And if the government keep going on how they are, they'll be letting them out in 30%. So it could be down to 2.5. Gets better every time I say it, doesn't it? You know, I could keep going on and on and on and on. So, so what will be, and I'll be doing a live from court next week and I might, like I said on Friday, I might do it from court at the time, not from inside the court because they won't let me do it inside the court, but I'll do it from outside the court live, so nobody misses out too much, because he might be up, he might be up at 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, if I make it, I'll put a live up at 3. Well, it's a long time after, isn't it? And I don't know if you noticed, but when I put times up, I like to stick to the times, so that if, people can make plans or whatever. I can't see the point in me saying, I'll be going live on Monday at 10 a.m. and he's not, and he's not in court till 11:30. It's pointless me going bloody live at 10 because I can't stand outside court for an hour and a half rabbiting away about the rain in Spain falling mainly on Hull. So once I find out what time he's in court for, I shall put a thing up and put a live up for the Monday, and I shall be doing the live from outside the court, so that everybody will get to know within 10 minutes of him being sentenced. He'll get to know. Now, if I can do that in 10 minutes, I can tell you what, that stupid tart, well, or no bacon's on YouTube, or whatever she calls her bloody self, won't be able to outpit me this time with I beat him to it. I told you ages ago how he was in court. Blah, blah, fucking blah. There you go. That's me having a go about some tit. Anyway, what are we? Oh, we're on 13. I don't think I've got 13 in the chat, but there you go. There'll be some little idiot in the background just downloading it or whatever they do. See if they can do anything with it. Seeing if I've been begging, like they all think I'm doing, begging. Hi, B. I don't seem to recall I've ever begged for anything. I might be wrong on that one, but I don't think I have. I don't think I've actually begged for anything. Now, saying that. Not on here, anyway. I've begged a few times, but not on here. Yeah, just spiteful. It's just jealousy because he's getting more attention in Nick than she gets, and she's going live. That's all it is. It's just attention-grabbing shit from a dickhead. I was in the bath. Well, that's nice for you. I hope it was your own. Anyway, just to update people on what I've been doing and what I haven't been doing, and Noxie, don't take it to heart, love. Just think positive. And I've read that and I've just gone straight off on a different bloody tangent somewhere over there, I think. Or is it over there? I don't know. One way or the other, I've gone on it. I was going to say, yeah, I did my first question and answers on genealogy this afternoon at 3 o'clock. I had a hell of an attendance. I was overwhelmed by how many people came. But I think I sat for 20 minutes talking to myself before anybody came in. But anyway, just if anybody in the chat is interested in doing their family tree, or wanting to know about their family tree, or their ancestors or whatever, genealogy guy's the one to go to, and he's fantastic. He's a great bloke. I love him. He's absolutely cracking. Can't say anything more about him because he's so good. And then, of course, Monday nights I'm live with Bobby for an hour. Talking an hour about bloody nothing, because that's what we seem to talk about. Well, sometimes we talk about something stupid because Bobby occasionally will get somebody on who wants to be a dickhead. But there you go. So Monday nights, me and Bobby. Sunday afternoons, Q&A is me as the genealogy guy. And hopefully as we go along with that, it'll get better, and I will be able to give ideas and help you, which I want to do. I want to help. That's the biggest thing. I know 25 years ago, when I started, there were nobody there to help at all. I just went on and jumped in at the deep end and went all over the place. It must have taken me 10 years of messing about and knacking about and joining groups and different channels. Well, not channels, but different, websites, and God knows, cost me an arm and a bloody leg joining all these websites to find out they were a bag of shit. And basically, half the information you got from these websites where you're paying 150, 200 quid a year for, you could get for free. So, rather than me letting people jump in, make mistakes, and because what happens if you jump in and start doing it and start making mistakes, and then you get, I can't be really bothered with this, it's not working out, and blah 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 blah. It's not good. But if you can get in and do it right from the beginning, and do start finding out your history, because your grandparents were people. They're not just pieces, names on a piece of paper. They were people. They had lives. They had stories. And you'll be surprised that, somebody in your family might have a story about, I don't know, your granddad, your grandmother, or one of your granddads, one of your grandmothers that you've never heard. And, you might have a story about those, what they've never heard. So it's nice to talk, get in touch with family, see what they have, and, let people know that you're interested. That's the thing. Show you've got an interest in your past. And like I say, they're not just names. Billy Bob from 1826 was my great granddad. Try and find out something about him. Get a story. But, there's lots of, newspapers and all. There's all sorts of information is out there, huggins of it. And I would say that 80% of the information out there on the internet is free. If you dig, if you look, and you'll be amazed. And like I said last week, I don't know if anybody had read my blog that I wrote about my mother, her story. Well, what I wrote about my mother was not what I knew about my mother. If that makes sense. I found out by finding names in finding stories in newspapers and all those type of things. And then you can, you can put things together. Like I say, you've got to be a little bit. You've got to be a little bit not wary, but you've got to realise that you might find out things about your family. And when I say your family, I don't mean your kids or your brothers and sisters out like that. I mean the ones who've come before you that you really don't want to know. Or you might be, oh God, surely we haven't got that in our family. But it's some of the facts I found out about my mother, shocked me. Really, really shocked me. Because I wouldn't have thought that things like that was my mother, if you know what I mean. And but it hasn't changed the way I think about my mother. So there you go. But you can get stories from information that's free to read out on the internet. And if you're local to where your ancestors came from, so like me, I'm sat in Hull here. If my ancestors came from Hull, well, you just go to the records office in Hull or go to the local library. They'll have loads and loads of records. So anyway, Noxie, the nudist beach is no longer there, darling. It's gone. And excuse me for saying darling, because I just say darling to everybody. It's I might want people to start using that as my pronoun, but the only reason I've said that is because I've just found out what a bloody pronoun is. Well, there you go. Anyway, so if you want to get into your tree, genealogy, guys, the guy to go to. I'll help all I can, and hopefully point you in the direction, and hopefully help, which I want to do. I want to help. I want to pass on the knowledge I've gained from 25 years on doing a family tree. So there you go. That's that one. And Monday night's Bobby's night. I want to be. Oh no, I was going to say I want to be Bobby's girl, but I don't. I've just told you what my pronoun is. Hinny. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I realise that one. So, Paralytic Zone, your great-great-granddad was a captain on a ship. No idea which ship. Well, if you know your great-great-granddad, you know his name, yeah, but you don't know which ship, and you know when he was born or when he was alive or, when he was a captain on a ship, just Google it, because there is records out there about ships. So you've, off the top of my head, you've got that big place in London. What's the big place that does the shipping shit in London? Lloyd's Register. So every ship was registered with Lloyd's. So of course, when they're registered with Lloyd's, the captains and all that are on it. So there is information out there if you look. So just. Anyway, Paralytic Zone, if you want to send me the name of this person, your great-great-granddad, and as much details as you can, and if you know who he worked for, just send them to me by carrier pigeon or something like that. I think my email address is within my account. Just email me them and I'll have a look and see if I can just dig up something for you. And then the next time we're on, I'll say, oh, well, here's the information I found out about your great-great-granddad. As long as you don't want to keep it a secret, which I can't imagine you'd want to keep stuff secret if it's your great-great-granddad. It's not as though he's going to come back and say, you little shit, what you done that for? But yeah, it might be, it might show you, I was going to say, it might show you what I can do, but it might just, there you go. There's my email. Kelsey's so kind. She's put my email up. Just email me all the information you have on the man, you know, full name, date of birth if you've got it, and as much info as you can, and drop it to me, and I'll have a look and see if I can find out anything about the man. Okay. So what's no nudes, Colin, please? What's that? Have I missed something? No nudes. No nudes, Colin. Colin, who's Colin? Colin. All right. Is that the one who was on about the nudie speech? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, I've got it now. Yeah, paralytic. Just send me what you have, and I'll see if I can find any info, and then you can see, you know, what info can be found. I won't be spending a week on it or out like that. You know, I'll just have a quick glance, but you never know, because when I get into genealogy, I'm like a dog with a bone. You know, I can't let it go. I've got to. If I see something, I've got to go on and go on and go on until I've found the far end of a fart. I need to know, and I know the information be out there. So just let me know. Looking forward to your email anyway. So, peeps, we've come up to 8 o'clock. Spoken for an hour about pigging nothing again. Hopefully see a few of you tomorrow night on Bobby and Paul. Might not, might do. I do apologise if people have come on who couldn't get on to start with, because I'd set the chat a little bit strict. But it was just in my mind, I was trying to cut out these idiots who just jump on and put on a right stupid comment. Okay, so there you go. So if you haven't, please subscribe, like, and comment below. It's nice if you comment. I look forward to them. I do read all comments, and I do answer all comments. So, like I say, live long and prosper. TTFN.